Yo, welcome back.
Hello, everyone.
This is episode 44.
44. Jeez, we've been pumping them out.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
I'm Toby.
James. We're flying solo today, Toby and I.
We are.
Yeah, but we're going to be talking about a movie that we probably didn't think that. I don't know. I don't want to say like we didn't think it wasn't deserving. You know, not many people would click on it.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I didn't honestly hear about it until like 3 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard a bit, but not about the reviews. I just thought everyone was just saying, "Oh my god, this movie, like you should see it." But the movie we're referring to is "Talk to Me" by Danny and Michael Philippou or Philippou.
I don't know.
Yeah.
AKA Rocker Rocker.
Rocker. Yeah. Look, it's their directorial debut, and for a directorial debut, I mean,
Pretty impressive.
holy moly. I mean, honestly, I wasn't expecting much from these two. I was expecting sort of they're YouTubers. Let's put it that way. Simply, we're placing them as YouTubers.
Yes.
And that's what their background is.
Yeah.
They made heaps of skits. If you don't know them as well, you would maybe know them from the psychotic Ronald McDonald.
Yes. Classic.
They did a lot of that.
Watch those videos. They're really funny.
Yeah, they are.
And really well made as well.
Yeah. And they did the Marvel v DC.
Yep.
That one. All those kind of skits and stuff. 'Cause I was kind of not expecting a horror movie out of them. I was expecting more of honestly, not before Talk to Me came out. Oh, yeah, but before Talk to Me came out, if they had directed a movie, I would have expected a sort of massive action but low-key action. Nothing too crazy. Or maybe a little bit too crazy, which would have kind of sent it over the edge a little bit.
Yeah.
But for them to come out with this horror movie, Talk to Me, Jesus.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
It's a pretty good movie.
It is, I'm not going to say it's underrated. I wouldn't say it's underrated, but I mean, the thing about Australian films is pretty much every Australian film is underrated. It doesn't really get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
But this one has. And
it's good.
And it has gathered a lot of focus within the last 3 or so weeks.
Card full.
Oh my God.
Yo.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties at once again.
Yeah.
What's new? What we're talking about?
Talk to me.
Talk to me. Yeah. Let's just get straight into it.
Yeah.
This movie is a good sort of original in a way.
Yeah. I think it's a very overused subject.
Exactly.
Of
the haunted
evil,
sort of object.
Possession, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's quite if you're gonna do a movie about it, like you gotta be creative. You gotta
be
think
different.
outside the box.
Yeah. I mean, I said in the notes, I mean, we've seen this sort of thing a million times, the same format over and over again with a haunted object. But if you're able to put your own spin on it and make it your own, then you'll get a good result. And it just felt really original. It wasn't, what's the word? It wasn't over the top. It was a good, simple story.
Yeah.
With not a known cast, which is, I think, better.
Way better.
In a horror movie to not sort of bring in a packed cast. Because you're more expecting the story than the actors. And I think these actors did an amazing job. Especially the
main girl.
Sophie Wilde, yeah.
She's great.
She embodied the possession really well. I mean, all the characters did, but when they were possessed... Are we spoiling? Yeah, spoilers.
No, non-spoilers. I feel like people care about this movie.
Yeah, but a lot of people would have seen it.
We can just beat around the bush. Don't get too into there, you know?
Yeah.
Don't spoil any, like, significant, like, deaths or anything like that. Obviously, people die. It's a horror movie.
Yeah. Characters were really good. The movie wasn't overcomplicated. The pacing was really good for a 95-minute film. I felt the tension building was really good. But I think the first scene in particular, I'm not going to say anything about it, but this is like, you know, it's a broad scan of horror movies in general. I feel like in these types of movies, the first scene, especially in a horror movie, is the most important. Because it needs to draw the audience in.
Like Evil Dead Rise, for example.
That was a great
banger film, by the way.
It's pretty good. And you need to have that sort of element of scare and shock factor in that first scene. And this first scene it accomplished that.
Yeah.
You were kind of like, what is going on? Like, what is this movie going to be about? Blah, blah, blah. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Look, yeah, they don't overcomplicate it, the brothers. They don't give us a huge backstory of the hand itself.
Yeah.
Which wasn't needed anyways. So I think it's intentional. You don't really need to focus on that. They briefly covered it by saying, look, this is the hand of so-and-so.
Yeah.
His hand's inside the thing. If you touch it, then you can let them in, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like for them, they just wanted to focus on the now.
Yeah.
And yeah, they executed it perfectly, I think.
Yeah. A lot of movies like feel like they need to explain something where necessarily you don't really need to.
Especially in a horror movie as well. Like even though we've heard the same story over and over again, it's like Spider-Man, for example. Like I'm not going to compare it to Spider-Man, but like in the Tom Holland sort of movies, they don't do the whole backstory.
Yeah.
Again, because we've seen that. We know what it's about. Especially, we've seen it in the Miles stories, but that's kind of different.
One thing I want to compare it to, so talking about like unnecessary background stuff, is comparing this to Insidious, The Red Door.
I haven't seen it yet.
The latest one that came out about a month ago. I saw that one. And a lot of the time, like it was actually a surprisingly good movie. But a lot of the things that led it down was trying to explain stuff they've already seen in the previous Insidious films.
But it was like a thing you kind of need to watch before you go on. Did you need to?
I didn't even remember. I barely remembered it. I was just happy with like you said, just the now. Like not seeing shots we've already seen, stuff we already know that's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of movies do that. They get dragged down by that.
Of course.
A lot of bad scripts do that. Just the audience already knows this hand, talk to me. We get it has evil possessions and whatever. We don't need a whole backstory on it.
And I do like how this movie sort of brought social media into the aspect. It related to today's society.
Yes. Do we ever see Snapchat in actual movies? I feel like we never do.
No. And because I don't know about America and stuff, but I feel like
Snapchat's
it's
popular.
a very Australian thing. I don't know.
Is Snapchat popular in America? I don't really know.
Yeah,
I think it is.
The American listeners, however many there are, let us know. But
yeah,
I don't,
because like Snapchat in Australia is like the #1 social media platform.
Is it?
Well,
wouldn't Instagram be?
Instagram, Snapchat, they're like the top two.
Yeah. I feel like I use Snapchat a lot.
Everyone uses, like everyone in our age group does.
Yeah.
It's like
imagine us like when we're 80 years old, like, yo, anyone going out tonight? But I thought because of that social media aspect and sort of having teenagers as the focus point of the film, I feel like it's a good insight to show, how teens act around this sort of thing, because generally in horror movies, you don't really see teenagers a lot. You're more focused on the adults, the 40s to 60s kind of thing, trying to be careful around this sort of thing. Yet it still seems to stuff up some way.
Yeah.
But they didn't really care about it. So they kind of treated the hand itself as like a drug or something.
Yeah.
There's that one scene I want to talk about in particular when we get to the spoilers. I think that was the best scene.
The one with the music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's sort of depicted
it's a very,
what I'm talking about very well.
I won't spoil it, but it's just a really you can only get those type of scenes in horror movies nowadays where it's just good vibes.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah.
Yet still has elements of tension in it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know when that's going to break or just change dramatically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it still has in that montage, without spoiling it, in the montage, it still has the shots that a normal horror show would look like, the moving camera. Which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. Also I wanted to talk about sound effects.
Yeah.
As well. If you don't, previously said it at the start, but Danny and Michael, Raka Raka, their videos consisted of very loud sound effects.
Yes.
Because they were very sort of into their stunts and, fighting scenes and stuff, they used a lot of punching, slapping, blowing up sound effects.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they directed more movies, that would kind of be their focal point. That's what you could recognize them by.
Yeah.
Because there was a particular scene where the main character was sort of slapping herself and whatever. And these slap sound effects were just very, very loud.
Very violent.
Even just I hate doing this because it's I can't really speak my piece, but
She slaps herself a lot.
and it's
Nice
not even
one.
that. It's just like all the other stuff as well.
Yeah.
Just the sound effects make it.
Just in general. So Rucka Rucka, watch their videos. They're really good and
Very,
funny.
very old though.
They're quite
They're
old.
very old.
They've like, I was looking through it the other day after seeing Talk to Me. It got so much views, which is insane. So in their videos, it has a lot of over the top action, a lot of moving cameras that like more amplifies the effect of the punch or the tackle.
Yeah, because the camera goes with.
Yeah,
the
it goes
punch.
with it.
Yeah.
Which, like, it's over the top. It works for those YouTube videos, and also works for the horror movie as well. Because even though it's meant for more of a funny effect, kind of, in the YouTube videos, in the
kind
movie,
of scary.
yeah, it's more of a just a disturbing, like really violent, which like
It
more
worked.
emphasizes the freaking possession stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like these guys, like I did some research as well, and in their IMDb it says they've worked a lot behind the camera, not as directors, but as just people helping out. So I feel like it's like the Quentin Tarantino thing, how he says like, if you want to be a filmmaker, what do you need to do? And he just goes pick up a camera and start shooting. It's a trial and error process.
Yep.
And I mean, they weren't really doing a trial and error process. They were just, gaining experience, and they were seeing what it was like, how things worked. And I feel like because of that, they were able to do this. And, as easy as it sounds, as Quentin Tarantino, picking up a camera and just shooting stuff, as easy as that sounds, it's a lot harder than that. It's
a lot
easier said
harder.
than done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just takes a lot of work. Making a movie is a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and this one cost $4 million to make, which in the film industry might seem quite low, but for
It's an independent movie.
it's an independent film, and a lot of Australian films is sad reality. A lot of them, they're taking a big gamble by spending all that money, because a lot of movies, people don't go to cinemas to see them.
And it also
Sad.
doesn't really leave Australia as well.
Yeah.
This one did.
This did, thankfully.
But usually we don't see Australian movies go that well internationally.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
this one
this is
one
good.
did.
Thanks to, I don't know if A24 had a big,
Oh, of course they did.
massive, well, they're probably the main thing.
A24 are probably like, they're very high up in the production company ranks now. They've made
Yeah,
100, they've produced 150 films.
yeah.
It would be around that on the letterbox thing.
Yeah.
It said 148. A couple have come out.
Yeah.
So let's round it up to 150. That's nothing compared to all the other sort of bigger companies like Warner Bros, Paramount, Columbia, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But A20, we're going to do an A24 episode soon. We're just not prepared for it yet. I need to do some more watching of
Research.
the films.
Yeah. Also, another one that's picking up independent films. It's not really Australian. Actually, they might have some Australian ones. Blumhouse as well.
Yeah. They do a
There's
lot of horror movies,
A
don't
lot
they?
of small horror movies that make massive amounts of money.
Yeah. Do they do Insidious or?
Yes, I think.
Got full Chad face on that.
I was trying to remember the intro. They've
Yeah,
done
it's
a
like
lot
in the
of,
creepy house in the corner, and it's got the house.
yeah.
Yeah.
They did like The Invisible Man, all those bangers.
Yes. That was a very good film.
Good movie.
That wasn't very sort of paranormal though.
Just a really enjoyable film to watch though. Really good concept.
What else, without spoiling it, do you think we could talk about? The ending was really good.
Endings,
It's a very
it's a very unambiguous, ambiguous ending.
it's not expected.
Yes,
It's not the usual sort of ending
usual
that you
horror
would-
movie.
Yeah.
Usual, like, I'd say it's more of a deep and get you thinking type ending. Like, you could have multiple theories on what happens at the end if you really want.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
but like,
we can talk
like
about
how to get to the ending, like type thing, not the
Yeah.
exact ending.
Yeah, right.
Like compared to a lot of the time, it's without spoiling. A lot of horror movies is just the character winning, defeat the bad guy. Like, for example, I'm spoiling Evil Dead Rise. It came like 4 months ago. Like, that was over the top, but that's
Evil Dead.
Yeah, that worked for that movie. That's the type of film they
It's
want.
a franchise.
Yeah, it ends with the girl main protagonist chainsawing the head of the
Her
demon.
sister.
of a sister. Yeah, sorry.
and her niece and nephew.
Yeah, but they're all possessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked for that movie, and works for a lot of movies as well. But if you want to go like deeper, get more of a meaningful effect in your film, then watch Talk to Me. Yeah.
Going back to the cast as well, I've got this. As I said, the cast delivered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which speaks volumes about Australian films themselves and people, sort of getting their big break in a way. I mean, we may not see a couple of or a few people from this film for a while. I don't know. But that's sort of what happens in Australian film. But I think we just need more of that, especially for independent films. Like,
what do you mean, more of what?
More of unknown cast, so we're focusing more on the story and the acting, other than trying to get people to come watch it just because of the big names. I mean, it may not make as much money.
Yeah,
but you still, you get those people that come watch and have an impact in the acting industry and be like, oh, I want this person in my next project or something like that. And even Danny and Michael might get picked up by someone, and because they're directing Street Fighter, I think. They've been picked up by someone. Yeah.
Oh, real?
I think that's what I've heard.
That would be good. I would watch that.
So, yeah, I thought they might stick with horror, but they've gone Street Fighter.
I heard something about a prequel to Talk to Me.
Really?
Yeah. Look at that. I swear something about they already had like a script for it or something. Anything about it? Or was I just talking shit?
I think you might have been talking shit.
Yeah. But speaking of that though, I feel like sometimes talking about unknown cast, sometimes like even with Australian films, like sometimes you just do need
that one person.
Like for example,
depends what it is though.
For example, Eric Bana in The Dry 2.
Is it even called? Is it called
it's
The Dry?
It's called The Dry 2: Force of Nature.
Force of Nature. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've got here. So yeah, this is true. The Street Fighter thing's real. Danny and Michael Filippo are taking it to the street. The Australian twin filmmaker duo behind Sundance horror sensation Talk to Me are in final negotiations to direct Street Fighter, Legendary's feature adaptation of the classic video game from Capcom.
That would be really good.
I'm wondering how they'd go with that.
Well, kind of like...
Because it's very over the top sort of thing.
Imagine it would be kind of like, what's that one? Mortal Kombat. If you saw that,
yeah, Mortal Kombat was...
What? I enjoyed that.
You did?
Yeah. Over the top action, really violent fights. That's what you want.
I feel like you need to stick to it though.
No compelling character work or anything.
Okay, speaking of character work though, the character work of this main character was really good.
Yeah.
For her character being... this movie worked very well in dealing with torment or both torment and possession for her character.
Yeah.
So... Oh, shit.
You're not spoiling it.
If her mum, that's spoiling it.
I guess no, that's not a spoil. It's like the first thing that happens, first like 5 minutes.
Well, so her mum has...
And it happens to every character in movies. A dead mum or dad.
A dead mum or dad. But her mum is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Alexandra, by the way.
Alexandra is the person in the movie, for reference.
What was I saying? Fuck. Yeah, she just did well in showing both sides of the torment and possession. Because I was listening to I'll say that in the spoilers actually.
Yeah. One thing is, so talking about characters and torment or whatever, I'll say it's movie focuses more on the character study side than on the possession. Like Mia, I think that's her name.
The best friend. Mia, the main character. Yeah.
It's more of just like a psychological, like you really feel for her by the end. You feel like
she's been put through the ringer.
She's trying her best to do something here.
Fix everything out of a bad situation.
Yeah, she's trying to do the good things, but everything just keeps going to shit, which really makes you feel for your protagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the most surprising bit of me, because I just thought before this movie, just gonna be a good time horror movie with scary thrills and whatever. But she gets a lot of screen time just developing her character, and
for a 95-minute film, that's
quite impressive.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times I really don't care about the dead relative I'm meant to feel sorry for this character.
And it's sort of like a thrown away thing as well.
It always is. And this one actually, I felt for me. I wanted her to do well. I did. Because a lot of the time I don't give a shit. I just want to see this hand talk to me possessing people and people dying. But yeah.
Should we go into the spoilers?
We'll give it a score. What do you think out of 10?
I'll give it a 9.5.
What? That's a too high rating.
You reckon?
Yeah, that's just recency biased.
9 then.
I'll give it an 8.1.
8.1.
Yeah.
What could take it the extra sort of half a point or point maybe?
Maybe a bigger budget.
Yeah, but
there's
the
nothing you can
budget
do.
that
I know. There's nothing you can do about that. But maybe like, I don't know. Like the violence was already really good, but I feel like if they had like $20 million more, they could have made it even more violent. Which they don't have the option, obviously. But it feels like a Hollywood.
Yeah, but then it would just feel too much if there was all that on top of what they
I feel
already had.
Actually, that's kind of true. I do enjoy that. Like it felt. They do use a lot of practical effects.
Yeah, I was saying the practical effects are really good.
Yeah. This movie doesn't have too much. I don't even know if it has any CGI. It probably does, but a lot of the things are all practical. The makeup,
Beautiful.
it's amazing. Because like you get some really fucked up shit in this movie, and
especially you're referring to the dead people that they're actually talking to.
All the possession stuff, all that is terrific.
Yeah, I mean the first moment one of them comes up on screen when she first touches the hand.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a like, oh my God. It's like a little bit of a jump scare.
Speaking of that, should we talk about just the concept of it? Like, I know it's just a normal possession type movie and like at first it seems like that. But so the idea of it, this is not a spoiler.
Go.
The idea of it is you don't shake the hand. You grab the hand.
Well,
you can't do
I wanted to just quickly one thing.
Yeah.
I like how simple that was. It's such like it's a very Australian sort of object for them to get possessed by, because usually if you shake someone's hand, it's sort of the main greeting. I mean, all worldwide, it's a main greeting. It's a good thing that you're shaking someone's hand.
The Australian background.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe the sequel's gonna be like a fist bump.
They make an American version. It's like
like a gangster.
Yeah, but for this, like to just be as simple as like someone shaking the hand, it's a very Australian thing. But then for it to go as sour as it did, I think that was intentional. It was It was simple.
Yeah,
it was just a simple thing.
Yeah. So basically, with the hand, you just grab onto it. You say talk to me, and then it just this person, random dead person, just appears right in front of you.
And those people are fucked.
Yeah. And no one else can see except for you. And then after that, with a candle or something.
No, the candle the process is you light the candle.
Yeah.
That opens the portal sort of thing.
The portal, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you say, talk to me.
Talk to me. You touch the hand.
And then you say, let me in.
And then it possesses you.
And then it goes inside you.
And then
your eyes go black.
The thing is like for 90 seconds, otherwise it actually stays in you.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you can only do it for 90 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's like it's like a drug. It's like a quick little high that people are getting.
Yeah, and everyone loves doing it. It's a fun thing. And like it shows your actual personality kind of. Like how the demon says like, oh, he hates you or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Which is quite cool.
Yeah,
quite exposing themselves.
Yeah. But
yeah.
That's the whole process of it.
Yeah. Would you reckon you would try that in real life?
Fuck no.
You wouldn't do it?
I told you that in the car when we walked out.
Yeah.
I hopped in, I was like, would you do that? And you're like, fuck no.
But like if you didn't know the repercussions of what happened, you just thought, oh, I get to be like high for 90 seconds. I feel like there would be some people that would try.
She did describe it as sitting in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Like you see everything that's going on, but you're not in control at all.
Yeah.
That's how she described it.
Yeah.
I don't know,
but she says it's awesome the first time she does it.
Yeah, but she went. I'm not going to say that, but what's it called? They told her the repercussions before she did it as well. She said if you go over 90 seconds, then
you're fucked.
You're fucked.
Yeah,
and she still did it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I feel like no. I'm too responsible.
So why are you going? Oh, dude, come on.
Yeah, no.
I would not do that.
I would like consider giving it a try.
No way.
But only for like 30 seconds. And like only if the people doing it, like I trust them to blow out the candle, whatever.
We need to take the hand off first.
Yeah. And if any embarrassing shit happens straight away, like for example, the dog.
Yeah.
If you've seen the movie, you know what I mean.
The dog.
The bulldog or whatever.
Yeah, bulldog.
Yeah. Some good tongue. Yeah. Actually, I probably wouldn't do it because of the evil possession stuff. That throws me away. But I definitely think I know some people that would be dumb enough to like do the full 90 seconds. And I can imagine definitely some Australians doing it for sure.
Well, speaking of that, should we go into spoilers?
Okay. Yeah. Spoiler time.
Yeah. Speaking of that, that whole thing about if you would do it or not.
Mm-hmm.
There's a part in the movie where the 13-year-old kid does it, and his big sister's like, don't do it. So she walks away for a little bit. Then Mia, the main character, says, you know, fuck it, let's give it a go, but only for 50 seconds.
Yeah.
And then what happens is the little kid gets possessed, but the possession is by Mia's mum,
who is dead.
And she talks about like, oh, I miss you so much, I didn't mean it, because she killed herself.
Yes.
What did she do? OD'd on sleeping pills or something? Something like that. And then she talks like his body's possessed by her mum, and she starts saying, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it. And then Mia's sort of selfish ways go, no, stop, don't take it off. It's past 50 seconds, but I want to speak to my mum, please.
Yeah.
And then he smacks his head on the table, and his head starts bleeding.
That'd be Angus. Ignore it.
And then when that part came, because you've seen it twice, you saw it with Special Someone.
Yeah.
And you're like, don't do it. I was like, dude, you're spoiling the movie. So he smacks his head, but then in doing that, he switches a possession, so it goes onto a different person.
Oh, really? I didn't even notice that.
So it changes, and then it flings him across the room.
Oh, yeah. That was good.
And then he just starts smacking his head even more in the fireplace.
Yeah.
And I was just like sitting there like, oh. Like it was more gory horror or practical horror.
Disturbing.
Disturbing horror than sort of jump scare horror.
Yeah.
Which I kind of liked. It's different. But he just kept smacking his head on this table, and then the sister came back in. He gets taken to hospital. You see a close-up of his face, and it's
disgusting.
Oh,
it's hard to look at.
It's very hard to look at.
But amazing work by makeup team.
Very good. Very
scary,
good.
Scarily real.
And
also, I was talking about that bit. That brings a moment in horror movies I usually don't like. Sorry, but I did like in this movie. A lot of the times, the thing that gets released, the evil possession thing, like a lot of the times you just feel like the characters, it's just, that wouldn't happen. Like, they'd be too smart to do that. But that's why bringing up the mum with Mia, like it felt like it was a valid reason. Like she wanted to keep it going because she wants to speak to her mum who's dead. That's just smart writing. Like a lot of the times.
But usually that would piss you off.
Yeah, usually that piss me off because it feels so forced. We have to let it out somehow. This is a horror movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that. Smart writing. I enjoy some good choices.
I enjoy some good choices.
Yeah. There's a lot of things like that. Little things can mess up your entire movie. Because like a lot of people like the angry mums or people saying, oh, that wouldn't happen type thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but like going back to would you do it or not, based off that sort of scene, what if that flung you around the room and you started smacking your head on the fireplace and broke your skull in like 20 different places?
Yeah.
They didn't know that was going to happen because that didn't happen with any of the other people.
Exactly.
It's a massive risk to do it.
It is a risk.
And they didn't touch it after that, apart from Mia, who just kept going back to it.
Yeah, bro.
When you speak about the writing, though, with her continuing to go back to it, just to speak to her mum and sort of, you know, resolve the problem that she started, because it was her fault that happened to him.
Definitely.
They all said no, but Mia's like, look, while your sister's gone, just give it a go. Come on.
And also another thing with that is at the start we already like know the relationship between Mia and this 13-year-old kid. It's just good mates, good banter. Like it felt earned. Like her saying you can just go for like solid 30, 40 seconds, whatever. Like if like that felt valid. Like give him a shot. He deserves it.
The kangaroo at the start was good foreshadowing as well.
Foreshadowing.
Pardon me.
Yeah.
Good foreshadowing to what was going to happen.
Yeah. And like Mia's character choices throughout the film.
Yeah.
And also another thing I should talk about, it's not really involved with Mia, but the just opening scene.
Yes.
So the opening scene is like a fat long shot.
This is what I'm talking about. The first scene.
Did you get the entire bit?
Yeah.
Cool.
That needs to sort of it needs to grasp an audience, and it did that.
Yeah. So I'll describe it. So it's just like a long take, following this guy through a party house, multiple things happening at once, which a lot of rehearsal takes that, and basically just this dude finds his brother, smashes down the door, really violently.
Yeah.
And you're already
in
in
sound effect.
Effect of the door is amazing. Then just disturbing shot of seeing this guy just sitting on his bed with really bad scratches and scars down his back. And the brother violently stabs him, like extremely violently.
And sound effects again, it's just like, even if he just stabbed him, but it wasn't like such a piercing sort of sound.
You can't really see it.
You can't, but you can hear it.
And also you can just feel his movement of the body push back.
Yeah. But the sound effect made it way more intense than it probably needed to be.
Yeah.
And that was great.
Yeah.
And then he goes ahead and stabs himself.
Self in the eye. And you also can't really see that either. You can't really see blood like popping out or anything.
Yeah.
You just see his head really abruptly and violently move back.
Yeah.
Which I feel like a lot of directors don't have the balls and just the talent to do that. Like a lot of them
how do they do?
They just have their own unique ways with the camera and just like probably they probably did like some nice rehearsals with the characters and like the actors, and like how the movement, how they can make it look more like abrasive.
Yeah.
And more like,
I feel like the extra work for that scene was really executed well.
Yeah. Felt like a real party.
Yeah, not only that, but just I'm going to keep going back to sound effects as well. But the thing about it is, look, because I was recently involved in a scene which was a party scene, right? Which was a couple of weeks ago. We were doing filming and stuff, and I was doing camera, like assistant camera, and it's really awkward.
Really?
Especially for a party scene. It would all go into post because you only want to focus on the people in that particular moment. So what happens is extras aren't allowed to talk. They only mouth words and whatnot.
Oh, really?
So that whole scene in itself probably would have been silent, and it would have been that dialogue.
Really?
Yeah. Luckily, I wasn't an extra. I was an extra in a cafe, but you weren't allowed to talk, and it was just silent, and it was only the actors that were allowed to talk.
That'd be funny.
Because of sound mixing and whatever.
Yeah.
But that would have been really hard to do and hard to sort of coordinate when you can't. I mean, you've got the cue of the stab, and it's like, oh shit, he gets stabbed, it's time to run. But the editing was really well done in terms of sound. I'm going to keep going back to sound effects because they use the sound effects really well. The screams, the music mixed with the screams is really jarring because this is meant to be a sort of fun environment, and then it just turns like that straight away, and then everyone just running out. It was just really coordinated well, and it made it so much scarier, especially if you're in that situation.
Also, just seeing that in cinema, like you really hear the sound effects in a movie. And like you said before with the clapping sounds, like it probably wasn't even close to that, like a natural real life thing of someone clapping, like slapping themselves in the face. Rocka Rocka do a great job. I'm just gonna call him Rocka Rocka. Sound mixing, action, they're all really great at that. So do you want to talk about the ending?
The ending.
I
think it's a really good ending.
Same.
It's not overcomplicated, but you could have different approaches towards it.
If it's not overcomplicated, do you care to explain?
Okay. So to sort of get rid of this sort of demon, Mia is going to kill her best friend's brother.
Yeah.
So she takes him to a highway sort of thing, a busy road,
Yeah.
and he's going to push him off.
Yeah.
And then the sort of demon sort of thing launches her, or someone pushes her.
Wasn't her mum? That was like behind her?
yeah. Because the thing about the demons as well, it comes to a point where the demon sort of persuades you to kill yourself to enter that sort of realm. So her mum persuaded her to kill herself.
Yeah.
And kill
Dad.
the little brother as well.
Yeah.
And the dad.
And the dad.
Jesus. And all sort of join her in the world. Look, we'll take better care of him. He's suffering here because the little brother was in between two worlds. He was still alive, but he was getting sort of tortured in, let's just call it the underworld, where all the dead people are. I don't know what to call it. It's sort of like the Stranger Things upside down sort of
evil
thing.
portal.
He was trapped within that portal before going to die because he was still alive.
Yeah.
So she was going to kill him by pushing him.
Yeah.
And then the mother pushed her onto the busy road.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like we don't understand what's fully happened because she gets hit by the car, Mia we're talking about, and she gets back up straight away. So we don't know if the car crash was actually that bad or not.
Yeah.
So then she goes back into the hospital. She's walking around trying to find her dad. She finds her dad, which is sort of a little inkling that she may be dead because the dad is dead.
Dad's dead.
She stabs him in the neck with a pair of scissors.
Brutally.
Yeah, that was rough. But she's walking around trying to find her dad, which is a little bit of a clue that she's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then it all goes black.
Yeah.
And she's just in this void of darkness.
Yeah.
And then we get a close-up shot of this table with a candle and a real hand.
Yeah.
And then she sits in the chair, shakes the hand.
Yep.
And then it all goes to this different... I'm assuming it's a different country.
Yeah, it is definitely.
So she's... Another technical difficulty. Might be a little bit scratchy. But so she grabs this hand and then it appears into a real world. And then the bloke's just looking at her with her hand. She thinks she's still alive.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I let you in.
Yeah, something like that.
And then it gets a close-up of her face just like, wait, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah.
And then the movie ends.
Yeah. Pretty good ending. So she's a dead person.
She's the
Now she's become...
I feel like that's a really good ending.
Now she's become what she always feared.
Yeah, and that's calling back to what you were saying before about, usually horror movies end up with the good beating the evil.
Yeah.
However, I don't know if it was like the opposite.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Well,
she dies.
Yeah, but...
And the evil takes her over.
Yeah.
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 Forces her to kill her dad.
Yeah, it's complete opposite. Yeah. I think saying something like that is just different. Because usually with that same format, we get the protagonist winning all the time. So for that to end the way it did, I feel like those kind of endings have more of an impact. But yeah, having that ending is just perfect, I think.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah. It was the Infinity War ending. Kind of, except horror version.
Infinity War, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really all I've got to say on this movie. It was a great movie. Danny and Michael, we want to see some more stuff from you. Australian film, we want to see more of that.
Yeah.
And we want to see more of it go international.
Yeah.
It's great.
It is great. We love to see it. We love to see Australian film actually doing well.
Exactly.
Like back in the 80s.
Is there anything else or?
That's pretty much it.
Oh, okay. I've got a question for you. With it being a A24 film, A24 is kind of known for their horror.
Yeah.
And having good horrors as well. Where would you rank it with other horror movies such as Hereditary and Midsommar?
I think it's better than Midsommar. I haven't seen Men.
Good movie.
I don't know if I'll take over Hereditary. That's a
Really?
tough one. I really like that movie.
Well, that movie got way more funding.
Yeah, it did.
Let's put it that way. The budget was bigger on that one and Midsommar as well.
Yeah.
So where would you rank it?
Sure, is there other ones? So there's more other horror movies. I'll take over Midsommar.
We've got... Oh, there's actually quite a few.
Yeah.
We got The Lighthouse. It Comes at Night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Weird movie.
That's a good movie. I wouldn't say Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Tusk.
Oh, yeah.
Could you say Beau is Afraid?
Haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Damn. Room, relatively horror,
Mm.
sort of, not really.
Not really. More a drama.
Yeah, and Men. There's
Yeah.
heaps in here, but I probably wouldn't put them down as that. Tusk. Did I say Tusk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So comparing to Hereditary, because Hereditary is kind of an evil possession thing as well.
Yeah.
I think Hereditary goes for the more over the top ending of
mhm.
like, this is spoilers for Hereditary, the ending with him like being the king kind of with like the crown and whatever.
I mean that itself is a different ending
Yeah.
as well.
Completely different.
Yeah.
I think they both, I'll probably take Hereditary over just because I might change over time, but I just have, I don't know. And also Australian actor Toni Collette.
Yeah,
is
that's
my
true.
actress. That's just, that's when I
Kind of
first-
going against everything we're saying though.
Yeah, I know. Like, Talk to Me is the tiniest bit below Hereditary. Because when that's just the
What's scarier?
probably Hereditary, I think. A little bit more, like they're both disturbing, but like the violence in Talk to Me is more like, whoa, like
Yeah.
I can't watch that. Not like really scary, like jump scare type thing.
There's jump scares in Hereditary.
Yeah. And
I feel like the soundtrack is better in Hereditary.
yeah,
Like the very end is like wow, wow.
yeah.
That's
And also I
Gotcha.
think Toni Collette's like there was like Mia
how did she not win an Oscar for that?
yeah,
Come
no,
on
she
now.
didn't get nominated at all.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Classic Oscars.
Way to go.
Choosing the dumbest shit possible.
Who was she up against? It was like a
Um,
2019, 2020,
Yeah, 2018.
2018.
There was some good competition, but still, she was easily the best actress that year. Watch the movie, you'll completely agree with me. And yeah, I think they're both like same kind of concept movies, but each executed differently.
Yeah.
And I think they're both as good as each other. Yeah, I like both of them.
Okay, I'll just go to the movies I think that are probably worth sort of comparing.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you taking? Talk to Me or The Lighthouse as a horror movie?
I'd say as a horror movie, I feel like The Lighthouse is more of like a
Mind bending sort of thing.
like noir, like it is
Yeah.
black and white.
Oh yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah. I do like The Lighthouse a lot as well. I'll probably take. You didn't like it?
I'm not a big fan of it. I liked it, but it was average.
I just really like Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe hanging out together for some reason. That
Fortnite.
just and him not closing his eyes either, which I just had my eyes on the entire film.
But who was that? Yeah.
I
Willem
probably
Dafoe didn't blink. Or?
no, he didn't blink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably take Talk to Me because I thought the ending of Lighthouse was a bit like I just didn't really understand it. Kind of. Yep.
Well, then, if you were to say like, talk to me interpretations about the ending, do you have the same interpretation as me?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So what could you present as a different sort of interpretation for someone to have?
I don't know.
Because I don't think.
There probably is some bullshit that someone can make up. Maybe like
Sure, buddy.
yeah,
Okay, buddy. I think you're looking too much into it.
yeah. Maybe like for example, she's not dead. She's like in a coma, and it's just a spirit going around.
Bro, that's
It's a bit of a stretch, but
It's a
you never
little
know.
bit of a
You never know.
stretch.
It could be possible.
it's pretty easy to just go. You know what? She's dead.
Or like the entire thing was a dream. The classic.
Oh, she wakes up. Her mum's like right
Yeah.
next to her in
Or
a bed.
she wakes up. She goes to that party, takes like acid or whatever. She wakes up. The entire thing was just a big acid trip.
Oh, that would be cringe.
Yeah,
I would have
that would
given
have
it a 0.
That would have been
honestly.
like the Krampus movie.
It's Krampus, bruv. It's not Krampus. Where are you getting the U from?
Yeah, but watch Krampus. The ending.
Fucking Krampus.
the ending of that is a classic.
Okay.
It's every English teacher's nightmare.
X.
X. I'll take Talk to Me over that.
Yeah.
That was just
It's
probably.
just weird.
I enjoyed
They're
it.
trying to film a porno.
Just filming
at
a
a
porno.
farm.
Yeah, like it was enjoyable, but definitely different movies
Yeah.
because that's a slasher.
I've got a quick. The elderly woman in that is Mia Goth as well, isn't it? Yeah.
It is,
Yeah. That was
which is pretty amazing.
yeah. If you've seen X, the makeup is really good for
I
the lady.
told my coworker that after, and he was like absolutely what's the word?
Taken aback.
Flabbergasted.
Shocked. Flabbergasted.
Because like they have scenes together as well. I don't even know how they did
Yeah.
that, but she did a
Well,
great
you've done
job.
it.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
You've done it with Oedicus.
Yes, I have.
The
cloning shot.
How did you do that? You just got the exact same
It's
shot.
pretty simple. So you just make sure the camera doesn't move.
Yeah.
And then you just combine the shots pretty much.
Did you just put both of them in, then sort of just connect them, Or
Yeah, kinda. Except it was like some effect or something, that the cloning effect or something. You could get more than one. I might experiment with that.
yeah,
Like more like multiple bodies, just as long as the
Yeah.
camera stays still.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you might have to.
it'll
yeah.
take forever.
It's easier with just two shots.
people.
Yeah.
But
Well, no, one.
yeah, a one shot. Yeah. Definitely gonna try it though.
So you take Talk to Me over X.
Yeah.
Would you say Ex Machina?
Ex Machina.
Oh yeah, Machina. Yeah.
Some people
Whoops.
say Ex Machina as well. Freaking idiots.
Well, I just said Ex Machina.
Yeah, you said even worse. Different movies as well, because that's not even a horror. That's just like a drama.
Thriller.
That's thriller. I'll say it's a thriller. And like look on society. But I'll take Ex Machina. That's why it's on the board. And talk to not the board, on the poster wall.
I think we should put Talk to Me up there.
Probably should.
Mm.
I'll probably take Ex Machina because I really enjoyed that.
Really?
Yeah. And that did, like, same thing at Talk to Me, did a really good job with its budget.
Mm.
So $15 million budget for Ex Machina.
But that they had to pay their actors as well. They've
Yeah.
got
And
bigger
also
names,
had
Oscar
big
Isaac.
names. And
What's
Dominic Gleeson, Dom Hole,
yeah, he's in Star Wars, About Time, that sort of thing.
Redhead.
Yeah, redhead man, skinny bloke,
Yeah.
good actor.
He's a good actor. Underrated actor.
Yeah, he is.
The look of, I can't remember her name, of the robot in that movie was like amazing. And they won Best Visual Effects as well.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen Green Room?
No, I have not.
What about Killing of a Sacred Deer? What would you take?
Weird movies
They're-
to compare.
Yeah, but as a horror.
Probably Talk to Me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I would take Talk to Me
I
any day of the
want to
week.
talk Bodies. I
No, you
like
would-
that movie.
That
though.
is ugh!
It is a horror movie technically.
No, but it's not even good. I didn't like it.
I just, for some reason, just really biased. Just we were the only ones in the cinema. Just had a great. We really wanted to see who did it, and we were just like,
No one.
We did not expect the ending,
No one did it.
and yeah, I think that's why I'm just biased towards it. I just had a really good time watching it. Yeah.
Midsummer.
You can't really compare.
Yeah, but
Talk to
as
Me, but
A24
as a horror
horrors,
movie,
they're horrors.
Probably Talk
I'm
to
just
Me.
talking about the horrors here.
Yeah, probably Talk to Me because Midsummer didn't really connect with me. Like I get the
Yeah.
point of it that she like won, but I just.
But he got like,
I know that's the thing, and then if I say that though, they'll probably come up with some.
like bro,
Like he's being an asshole, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
he was literally like brainwashed.
Yeah,
Can't get angry at a man that's brainwashed.
yeah. He got brainwashed,
And then she kills him.
and then he pretty much got raped.
Yeah.
I
I mean, even though he was doing the work.
yeah.
Oh no.
He
I can't say that.
You can't say that.
Oh.
He did. Well, he was doing the work. He just like wasn't willingly doing the work. You know.
Let's just leave it
was
at
the- it was the
brainwashed.
drugs.
Leave it at brainwashed. For some reason, they've got 8th grade as a horror movie in here.
Oh really?
Yeah. But Tusk.
Haven't seen Tusk.
Oh, it's such a strange movie.
Yeah.
Man, you would have taken Talk to Me.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple more in here, but probably not as big as those ones that we just mentioned. But I would say top 3. Top
Yeah.
3. Talk to Me.
Definitely.
If not, top 2.
Yeah.
But I can't. It's hard because we're kind of contradicting ourselves in terms of
We are.
the cast. But well, I'm only putting Hereditary above it because Toni Collette's in it and Toni Collette's Australian.
Well, just her performance is the best. Easily.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's better than any character from Talk to Me. But that being said, they still did really well in Talk to Me.
yeah.
Like I don't think they had much of an opportunity to shine as much as in Hereditary. Like especially,
Well, there wasn't as many characters.
yeah, that's true. And especially just like going over the top in scenes like the scene with that dude smashing his head against the table. Actually,
Yeah.
I guess that happens in Talk
It
to Me as
does,
well.
But it happens at a more graphic level.
Yeah,
Way
does.
more graphic.
yeah,
If you want to see some like gore, but not like ripping guts out sort of gore, Talk to Me.
yeah.
Do it. I've
Yeah.
been telling everyone about this movie though.
Really
Yeah. I mean,
good.
Hugo is like, oh, is it any good? I'm like, yeah, you should watch it. I mean, how have you not seen it yet?
Yeah, support Australian
Yeah,
cinema, bro.
the man that watches all the movies and he hasn't even seen that.
Yeah,
Embarrassing,
honestly.
I think.
Yeah. It's
that's
one of the
probably-
best horror movies of the year, straight up.
If not the best,
Yep. I think
it is.
there's some other good ones that have
Like
came
what?
out. Evil Dead Rise.
But it's better than Evil Dead Rise.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Wait. Oh, yeah. I agree. Evil Dead Rise is not better than Talk
Yeah.
to Me.
Talk to Me is the best. This movie deserves to be at the top of the box office for this weekend,
Yeah.
but it probably won't be,
Oh,
unfortunately.
of course not. For Australian cinemas.
Which is
Yeah.
which sucks
Yeah.
because it's totally deserving of it.
Yeah. 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 Pretty much it.
So where would you? What's your like final ranking? Where top 3?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
With horror A24
Mhm.
films, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you put it second? Would you put it below?
I don't know. It's in the top 3.
Okay.
Around there.
I also wanted to speak on. Okay, Talk to Me's over. Great movie.
It's over.
Go and watch it. There's still plenty of time to go and see it.
Yeah, still playing at cinemas. Please watch it.
Yeah. I want to talk about something because you know how we talked about Scientology and Tom Cruise?
Yes.
This feels so clickbait because like we're living in a simulation. It literally feels like we are sometimes because you know how you like think of something or talk about something, then it sort of like pops up on your social media feed like after you've talked about it.
Mhm.
So we were talking about, if you haven't seen the Mission Impossible episode, not a lot of people did. It didn't get many views.
Because no one cares about Mission Impossible.
Oh, well.
Sadly.
Yeah. But, no, it wasn't even that episode we were talking about it.
It's the Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Indiana Jones episode. We were talking about Tom Cruise and his beliefs and Scientology and whatnot.
Mhm.
And then
What?
a couple of days ago, I
Mhm.
see that they're talking about Tom Cruise and Scientology and like the secrets of Hollywood on 60 Minutes.
Oh, really?
And I just like, I was taken aback. I was like, how, like, don't you think
It's been a pretty notable secret.
I know,
though.
but it's pretty like, it's a massive coincidence that we talked about it before it
What?
sort of came out.
It's been out
No,
for
I don't get-
years.
no,
That's been a
I know it has, but now they're talking about it on 60 Minutes, which is a huge Australian platform.
Well, they're just talking
News
about because there's new movies out. So I'm sure they've talked about it before.
No, I just like to believe we're living in a simulation.
I don't know.
Well, has that ever happened to you that you're
Yeah,
thinking
course.
of
I
something,
think it's happened
talking
to
about
everyone.
something? Yeah.
It's just entire coincidence. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
crazy world we live in these days.
I don't think we're living in simulation though. Sadly, not to unclickbait, but
You probably think the world is flat.
no, I don't. I'm not that dumb.
I'm not that dumb.
I'm not Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. I'll hate on the flat earthers out there.
Yeah,
Suck it.
agreed.
I wanted to do something as well
Mhm.
that we have never done. Have you
What?
heard of Framed?
Yeah, I have actually.
All right. So I think we should, from now on, every episode we should do this. So it comes out once a day
Mhm.
and it's like frames. A lot of people do it. And it gives you a frame from a movie. It gives you 6 frames
Yep.
and you got to guess which movie it is before, you reach the,
Yeah, chuck on screen recorder.
yeah, I am.
I think. Oh yeah, so it's just So you got to guess the frame. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is it just like first one to get it wins?
No, we'll work together.
Work together.
Oh, it looks like some. God. Looks like a church or something. What's that at the back there? That massive.
Maybe
Does that
like
look
Harry
like the
Potter.
Burj Khalifa?
Yeah.
Am I tripping or does that look like India?
Burj Khalifa, bro.
Is it?
No, you dumb. It's not the fucking Burj Khalifa. Christ.
Because you can't actually guess any movie because there's a certain amount of movies that you can guess.
Yeah.
You can't like put anything in. If it doesn't come up, it's obviously not the movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bro, is it like a dystopian, utopian? Is this like a full, like not even blurry, just a full shot of it?
This is just a full shot.
Full shot. I didn't.
It just changes every time. It doesn't make it bigger. It just switches. It makes it easier as the steps go.
Yeah, I'd say some space movie or something.
Space movie.
Yeah, like The Fifth Element or something.
Okay, let's see if it comes up. The Fifth Element.
Yep.
I should forget it. Okay.
No,
Oh.
I haven't seen this.
Oh God, we're fucked.
The hell?
We've picked the hardest one to
Yeah.
start off on. Maybe some kung fu, martial
Kung
arts
Fu.
sort
It's
of.
not Kung Fu.
Well, martial arts, some sort of martial arts.
Clearly, this is not a grounded, realistic movie. What?
That's
You could say Kung Fu Panda?
no. Kung Fu Master.
Go for it. I don't even know what that is.
Oh my god, I know what it is. It's Mary Poppins.
Oh, we're fucking idiots. Kung Fu Panda.
It's Mary Poppins.
That first shot was really good for Mary Poppins.
Yeah, they make it almost impossible.
Yeah.
But that's Mary Poppins. I mean,
Cool.
come on. If it's not, it's the one with what's her name?
Yeah.
The chick from Sound of Music. I forgot her name.
Yeah.
One would be pissed at me about that. We got it.
We got it. Yay.
On the third try. That was pretty hard though.
Yeah.
So obviously the second shot was all the chimney sweepers.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that first shot though?
Must have been a wide of the city or whatever.
What the hell?
So it must be
London.
England.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's odd. Okay, if we hadn't have got it, you get to see. Oh,
Duh.
I mean, obviously. Wait, who's this guy again?
That's
What's
Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know him from Night at the Museum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
We got it on the right sort of to make ourselves not look like idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Boom.
Yeah.
Say that a few times. That'll get you up in the morning.
Yes. All right. There you go. That's framed.
Framed. We're going to continue to do that.
That's a good one. I like
You
that.
like that little segment?
I do like that.
Yeah. No worries. Just adding a bit of spice, you know.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about, or should we
What else is happening?
writer's strike?
An actor's strike.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if I could, I'd join it.
Yeah. Same.
I mean, we talked about this in the Indiana Jones and sort of the AI sort of.
Yeah.
Thing.
Taking over. So did I actually ever?
We never talked about the strike itself.
Yeah.
We talked about AI in terms.
Did we
of,
talk about I think I talked to you in real life about it, but replacing extras. Did we talk about? On
Yeah,
here?
you go on. Yeah.
All right.
You told me, but go on.
Okay, so this is part of why the strike started in the first place for the writers' strike. So basically, Hollywood studios wanted to like take scans of extras, right?
Of their face.
Yeah, of their face, and give them like $300 just straight up fee, but no recurring fee. So only the straight up.
No
fee.
residuals.
Yes, no residuals. Just scan their face, and basically they can use them as an extra and just place them in any movie digitally.
But it has to be with that production company.
Yeah,
Is that what you said?
only with that company.
You can't go on to a different.
No, you're trapped in there forever, and you only get the straight up
$300.
fee. Yeah,
That's so
and basically, so you can't be like a big famous actor because like
famous extra.
Yeah, because we've already got your face scanned, so you can't.
You know that for a fact, though.
Yeah,
Is that a?
yeah, this is fact.
Yeah.
And
It's robbing people of their jobs. It's like it's the same as a writer's stuff as well.
yeah,
I mean, if you're making money, like, because extra work is good money, right? So you're robbing people
yeah,
of jobs for just $300.
yeah.
I mean,
And I saw this on this YouTuber, this guy called Chris Duckman. Basically just talked about how Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, they started off as extras,
yeah.
and like obviously,
And look at them now.
yeah, obviously they're massive stars now. But if that had happened back then,
Today.
they wouldn't be where they are now at all. So it's the dumbest thing ever, and obviously got denied because it's
Oh,
stupid.
it did?
Yeah, of course it did. Of course it did.
I thought people were striking about it as well, about that.
Of course it got denied. That's the dumbest thing ever. Why would anyone
Lord.
agree to do that?
I mean, yeah, if any... I mean, it's the same thing with no one writing scripts or no movies being made at the moment.
Yeah.
It's because, like, if they're going to think of something to do that's so stupid and outlandish,
Yeah.
no one does it, then they just can't go forth with it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is the whole point of it. Like, if no one's making movies, how are AI supposed to write scripts when no one's going to pick them up?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just needs to stop.
It does.
I mean, keep doing the strikes. I love that. Like, that's something I'll root for the day that I die.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's got to end at some point, though.
Yeah. Hopefully it's come to
gotta-
an agreement because it's already messing up things. So
Well, who is actually at the head of it? Like,
I
making
know,
the statements going like, we want AI to do this.
I know Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney.
Yeah.
He was like,
Of course, it's the CEO of Disney.
Yeah, he called the writers' strike like really dumb or something like that. It was something really insensitive like that. and they got a whole bunch of hate for it.
You're robbing people of their jobs. It's
Yeah.
their livelihood. I mean, it's hard enough as it is to sort of break into that world
Yeah.
as a writer, as an actor, as a director, as anything within that industry.
Yeah.
So to make it as easy as that
Mm.
and say, fuck off, we don't need you.
Yeah.
It's so degrading. It's humiliating. It's humiliating. Am
Yeah.
I saying that right?
Just say embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing. Like, embarrassing.
Yeah, it is.
It's like actors, up and coming actors don't get paid enough as it is.
Yeah. Like a lot of actors.
I mean, they do, but it's just like very stagnant work. It's
Yeah.
not continual work. I mean, even for, I mean, I can't really compare to A grade actors because they're always getting money somehow. And the checks that they receive, they wouldn't need to work for a few years and they'd be sweet.
yeah.
But
There's a lot
the
of
lower class sort of people.
yeah, like a lot of actors who are a bit older, like actual adults who have full-time jobs, like they do other things on the side because
Yeah.
obviously acting gigs are few and far between.
Yeah. I feel like if I was to get a movie,
Yeah.
right, my first movie, and we do it,
Mm.
I'd probably still be working as a labourer and a concreter still.
Yeah, definitely. This is just what it takes to have a stable income,
Yeah.
sadly.
And I'm just glad I'm not, a waiter or something.
Mm.
I'm glad I've got this stable job where I can earn enough money to actually support myself.
Yeah. But no disrespect to
No
waiters.
disrespect to
We
them.
love waiters.
Yeah, we love what you do. That's sort of the staple job for actors.
Yeah, he didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I definitely did not mean it like that. Yeah, you're robbing people of breaking through.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I'd be there
Mm.
if I could.
Yeah. You'd be there with the protesters.
Yeah, 100%. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course.
Because I mean, didn't you say you wanted to, eventually, write something or
Yeah,
direct
definitely.
something?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's hard. It's got to come to an end, though. It's got to.
It'll
There has to be some sort
It'll
of
definitely be an
conclusion.
agreement eventually, it's just a matter of time.
Someone needs to kill that bloke from Disney.
Yeah, or replace him.
Just assassinate
Yeah.
straight up.
Damn.
But of course, it's
Live
Disney.
death threats.
Oh my god, what a loser!
Yeah.
Making all these new Disney movies now. He wants to
Yeah.
put AI up to the job.
And trash Disney movies, not
Yeah.
good movies.
What if I went to Chat GPT right now and I was like, make me a 5-minute opening scene? Should we try it?
Go for it.
Okay, let's do this.
Chat GTP, say it right.
GPT.
GTP.
Oh, GTP.
Mhm.
Oh, whoops. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, fucking saves. I can't be bothered.
Oh, whatever. It would write a fat script for you.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary how good AI is getting lately.
Yeah, I saw something about like a whole list of AI things. You can create a brand, create an item.
Yeah. I
Oh.
tried it's quite sad making shorts with AI.
You're kidding.
Yeah, because on YouTube you can do it.
You're a fool.
So I contradicted myself.
Oh
But
my god, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, it's got to stop.
Yeah.
Just take it back. Just
Relax.
relax, put on the brakes. Let people keep their jobs for fuck's sake. Like, I mean, it's not a thing that needs to be done by AI.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad because I'm going to say, like, I get some occupations where AI could do that, like factory work and stuff,
Yeah.
in terms of that sort of thing. Like, I mean, yeah, I get it. You're still robbing people of jobs, but at the end of the day, it sucks. But that seems more realistic than what AI is trying to do or what that bloke from Disney.
Bob Iger.
Don't even say his name. He's not even worth shouting out.
Bob Loser.
Oh.
Yeah.
But, nah. Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell to the nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what can you do?
But
Continue to strike, continue to stand up.
keep striking until we come along some good agreement where people get paid and everyone gets paid what they're worth.
Exactly. I think we should end it there.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you for, what's it called?
Watching, listening.
Watching, listening. Please subscribe. It really helps us. Thank you for 250 as well.
Yeah.
We've finally reached after what, 2 years almost?
Yeah.
Golly gosh.
Yeah.
It's actually, I mean, we need to get those shorts out, brother.
Yeah, I know.
You need to get on that grind.
Yeah. Expect some more shorts, and also I might do some of those like polls again of the voting.
Oh yeah.
Love
Put them
a
on
good poll.
YouTube as well. You can do
Yeah,
that.
the community polls.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, thanks to everyone who has supported us. I
Mm.
mean, it's started from nothing,
Mm.
and
Mm.
now we're 252.
Mm.
We got so little I can count them in my head.
Yes.
But yeah, finger the like button if you already haven't.
Yeah.
It really helps us out. Subscribe, blah blah blah. You don't have to, but it helps.
Well, a lot of people don't have an account, but just get a YouTube
Get an
account.
account. We've
It doesn't
spoken
take
about
that
it.
fucking long so many times.
We've preached this.
You can't even like the video if you don't have an account. So
Yeah, practice what you preach.
yeah, we need to point that out. You need an account to finger the like button.
Yeah, and subscribe.
Yeah.
So if you don't do that, you're nothing to us.
Yeah. Literally
Actually,
do
no,
nothing
you
except for the view.
Wait, the view still counts. View
Yeah.
this
I guess so.
right on the thumbnail. View this, please.
Yeah.
But if you don't like watching YouTube, you like listening to our voices.
Mm.
We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify,
All that good stuff.
all that good stuff. Next week we'll be talking about. Well, we've got another guest in. We'll be reviewing The Meg and having a look at some shark movies.
Meg 2, The Trench.
We're gonna,
to
yeah,
be exact.
exactly. We're gonna fulfill my shark fantasy.
That's still gone. My
What was
expect
that?
that was
Oh,
that
was that
camera. My expectations for the Meg, I think will be better than Godfather. I think Shawshank Redemption.
Better than Jaws.
Yeah, I think it'll be up there.
Yeah, it'll be top. I reckon
Top
it
5
could,
all time.
It could take a top spot in my top 10.
Yeah,
It could
agreed.
beat Whiplash. I don't know.
it could.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Dark Knight. That Jason Statham's basically Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Oh, God. You can't. Okay, it's all fun and games, but
Yeah, mention Heath Ledger.
you can't do that. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing next episode. I'm not going to say next week because it's never next week.
Who knows? when
It's
it is.
always
It's
always
always
very sporadic.
improv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick with improv.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you and catch us next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.
See ya. Can't reach it.